President Trump's dual-track strategy in Iran could either trigger escalation of the conflict or it could end hostilities. Chad Groening has more.
During his first cabinet meeting since the commencement of the Iran war, President Trump acknowledged peace talks with Iran are difficult because their, quote, sinister, sick replacement leaders are hiding. But despite the difficulty to find a diplomatic off-ramp, Trump is pleased with the progress on the military operation against Iran, saying the conflict may end after 4 to 6 weeks of fighting. Still, thousands more U.S. troops are heading to the region while Tehran tightens its grip on the crucial Strait of Hormuz. Bob McGinnis is president of McGinnis Strategies, LLC. He thinks Trump is willing to make a deal with the current regime.
Now, that's arguably not in the best interest of the Iranian people because they've been celebrating, certainly the diaspora, but even inside they've been celebrating the demise of the Ayatollah and a lot of the IRGC.
McGinnis says over the long haul they cannot be trusted.
Do I anticipate that they'll pick up their line and their cheating and so forth? Of course. It's hard to keep them from returning to their old ways without people on the ground.
So McGinnis says this conflict could go either way.
What Trump has done could either trigger escalation or it could prevent it. It really comes down to this dual-track strategy that we're on, whether or not the 15-point plan is going to end the hostilities or it's going to kick it up into the next phase. It's hard to tell.
I'm Chad Groening.
A Finnish member of parliament has been found guilty of hate speech relating to the expression of her beliefs on marriage and sexuality in a 22-year-old church pamphlet. A Lutheran bishop was also found guilty. The conviction is for, quote, making and keeping available to the public a text that insults a group. Sean Nelson of ADF International offered this response on Washington Watch.
They have to remove the offensive content from the pamphlets immediately. We're talking about very direct censorship, removing things from books.
At a time in which people are concerned about book bans, Nelson said this is what's happening right now.
People are very concerned about book burning and book bans. This is what's happening right now simply because Pivy expressed her Christian faith and her own perspective, her informed perspective, many years ago on human sexuality. It's a real travesty, and it's a very worrying precedent for the rest of Europe and the rest of the world.
And world shares have traded mostly lower after Wall Street had its worst day since the start of the Iran war. Today, oil prices have gained more than 1%, and U.S. futures are mostly unchanged. More news online at afn.net and on the AFN mobile app. I'm Rusty Pugh.
Hello, I'm Steve Crampton, Assistant General Counsel for the American Family Association. The mission of AFA is to inform, equip, and activate individuals to strengthen the moral foundations of American culture and give aid to the church here and abroad in its task of fulfilling the Great Commission. Our vision is to be a leading organization in biblical worldview training in the interest of cultural transformation.
Thank you for standing with the American Family Association.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
I'm saying that Abe Lincoln could dunk James Madison.
Okay. That's what you're telling me.
Tell everybody in America, what's the name of that song?
It's a Hokey Pokey.
You're exactly right.
Hokey Pokey.
From Flatwoods, Kentucky. Garbanzo beans. Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday, right here on American Family Radio. Thanks for joining us. I am Tim Wildmon with Ed Battagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
And JJ Jasper.
Good morning. Great to be here. What did one Dorito farmer say to the other Dorito farmer? Cool ranch.
Oh,
Cool ranch.
that had so much potential.
I'm trying to find the very bottom for these dad jokes. I think I'm bumping along like a catfish.
I don't
in
think
a
you're
pond.
there yet, but you're getting close.
Oh, the catfish at the bottom of the pond?
Yes,
About
sir.
Bottom of the joke pond?
That's right. Bottom of the dad joke pond.
All right.
Okay. Dad joke pond.
Thanks for joining us on Trivia Friday. We're going to ask, we three here are going to ask 3 questions each, trivia questions, and then we're going to ask you to call in and answer and or ask. We prefer that you answer and ask a trivia question. So that's how this works. If you're eligible to call in if you've not been on the air with us in 8 weeks, right?
Right.
So we have an 8-week waiting period between call-ins to be on the air with us. Otherwise, hey, especially first-time callers, we love to hear from anybody, but first-time callers are also welcome today.
That's why we kind of have these, you might call them restrictions, we love our regulars.
We do.
But we're trying to encourage other people to call in, and that gives them some space.
It gives them hope for life.
It gives them hope, Tim.
Yeah.
The hope is important.
So what's the phone number, Ed?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. 888-589-8840 is the number to call. It is 888-589-8840. We put as many 8s in there as possible to make the number as simple as possible. By the way, you do need to be 11 years old or older to call in. That's the only other restriction.
8 plus 3.
8 plus 3. That'll help you out. Now, all 3 of us will have questions to ask our listeners, trivia questions. One of these 9, JJ, what's special about it?
It's a mystery question. If you happen to land on it and answer it correctly, you're going to hear this sound. The beloved cowbell.
Beloved.
And we've got a brand new Learning University t-shirt.
Yes, we
if
do.
you're watching, you can do that several ways online, our own streaming service or YouTube, but it's the Learning University. It looks like a crest, like you would see at a university, their seal, their crest, and it is a good-looking t-shirt, hot off the press. Somebody's got an opportunity to win that today.
That's right. That'll be
I'm holding it up for people watching on internet.
Yeah, by the way, you can watch on Facebook or YouTube. You search for Today's Issues or Today's Issues Live. That's the normal name of this program. We change it to Trivia Friday.
Normal about this show.
There's nothing normal about this one right here. And then you can watch on our own streaming platform, stream.afa.net.
Can you buy the shirt yet?
Yes, I think you can.
We need to find out how much it costs. I will ask you.
Brent's going to look that up. You go to resources.afa.net, resources.afa.net. You can actually take a look at this fine workmanship on this T-shirt, and you can, I think, buy one. And Brent's about to give us the
1850.
1850.
Resources.afa.net. It's 1850.
That's pretty good.
T-shirts
for a T-shirt.
Yeah, they're so high now. That's a good price.
The surcharge for gasoline.
No,
gasoline. We need to tack that on.
Listen, I was looking at a T-shirt. It popped on my X feed or whatever, and it's a good-looking T-shirt, and it's celebrating the 250th anniversary of the U.S. America. And I thought, man, that's cool. I like
stolen land. You mean?
Here we go.
You're going to celebrate stolen land.
Wait, what's Pandora doing coming out of this box over here?
But it was $32 for a T-shirt. So this is a fine bargain for a T-shirt.
All right.
And plus, as we've said with our other T-shirt, it is bulletproof. Never gets dirty. It is stainless.
Well.
And actually, in certain situations, it'll make you invisible. Mm-hmm. So, of course, none of that last part's true.
You know, you love it whenever, at one point, Joe Biden's handlers were working with Ed, and they were able to use the same. Hey, I thought it was funny when you said Brent's going to give us and there was a little pause because I was thinking, you're like, do I say he's going to give us the skinny on this T-shirt or give us the lowdown on this?
I couldn't make up my mind, and thus I said nothing. Which my wife says is a good thing.
People want to order the T-shirt. It comes in 2 sizes, I think, and they can order it. And
I don't know how many sizes.
Where do they go to order it?
It's got to be more than 2 sizes. Oh, you go to resources.afa.net. By the way, as JJ often says when we start this program, there's lots of good stuff on there, lots of merchandise, books, DVDs, coffee mugs. I don't know. There's just all kinds of stuff.
What's the website?
Resources.afa.net. That's our resource center.
What are your questions?
Brent's got something. What's the lowdown?
The sizes come from, they go from small to 3X.
Small to 3X.
Yes.
We got you covered.
How
folks.
many in between? Do you know?
All.
Because I said 2, so there's more than 2.
Yeah, probably small, medium, large,
Extra
large, 2X,
extra large,
3X.
And again, we're not judging who's what size.
Right.
That's for the person to determine themselves.
That's for the person to determine.
Right, because
We don't shame people on this show.
This is Planet Fitness right here.
I'm glad you're saying that.
No judgment.
Because this coming Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Yes.
And it's also, we set our scales back 10 pounds. That's this weekend. Yes.
Getting past Christmas.
Oh, by the way, I should mention, thank you for mentioning Palm Sunday. Next Friday is Good Friday. We are not quite sure exactly what we'll be doing during this hour and a half, but we will not be having Trivia Friday.
Such a special day on the Christian calendar.
Right.
And so Palm Sunday this Sunday, Good Friday, then Easter next Sunday, Resurrection Celebration, a whole lot of great things happening.
All right,
and by the way, we do recognize, I do want some of our listeners, our Eastern Orthodox listeners. When I was growing up, you guys don't know this, but my mom was Greek Orthodox, and I had 2 Easters because the Greek Orthodox Easter is different. It's how it's calculated. So we do know there are Eastern Orthodox listeners, and we
did you have 2 Christmases?
We did not, although there is a different Christmas.
That would have been nice
for the
little kids.
Orthodox.
Have 2 Christmases.
It would have. My parents didn't even want to give us one.
Oh, well.
So there was no sense in pushing for 2.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Here are my 3 questions. Question number 1: in what modern-day nation was the Aztec Empire located when Spanish explorers came to the New World? In what modern-day nation was the Aztec Empire located when Spanish explorers came to the New World? This is stuff you probably learned in elementary school, may have forgotten it, but guess what? There is Google. Second question, in our solar system, what is the farthest recognized planet from the sun? Now, we're not including Pluto. I don't want to get into that debate. That breaks up families, friendships,
No, it was
some marriages.
It was time to kick
Pluto out.
to throw him overboard from the solar system.
In our solar system, what is the farthest recognized planet from the sun? Third question, Samuel Huntington was the first American president following the Revolutionary War. Is that true or false? Samuel Huntington was the first American president following the Revolutionary War. True or false?
That's why they got this state named after him.
Huntington?
Yes.
And there was a beach, too.
There's
beaches.
not, obviously, the Chamber of Commerce folks, they're not doing a good enough job because a lot of people haven't even heard of it. Can't find it on the map.
Samuel Huntington, huh?
Samuel Huntington.
I know it's a beer, but I didn't know it was a steak,
I think you're thinking about Sam Adams.
Yeah,
Sam
my
Adams.
My bad. I don't drink.
Wrong
but-
Samuel.
Yeah, wrong Samuel.
Well, and the fact that you don't drink is evidenced by the fact that you got the name of the beer wrong.
I did, yeah. So
Here's what I've got. First question, Na is the chemical symbol for what element? Na is the chemical symbol for which element? And then I've got about 3 or 4, depending on how we do, March Madness questions.
Oh,
and here's what I want to know.
I want some more element questions.
Hey, look,
I can't get enough of that.
Look, we got listeners. We got Greek Orthodox listeners. We got sports fans. They're all across the spectrum. Which team is known for their signature rock chalk
And there's
chant?
nothing wrong with being on the spectrum.
That's
So,
exactly
I just
right.
want to make that clear because people might be questioning. But go ahead.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness? And then I'm going to add a true or false. King David had a handsome son, Absalom, whose hair was so thick that he cut it once a year and it weighed 5 pounds. Is that true or false? Absalom would cut his hair once a year and it weighed 5 pounds. True or false?
Those were the days, fellas. Remember? We cut our hair, put it in a bushel basket.
Seems like we had a weigh-in hair question a few weeks ago, something like that.
About how much hair weighed?
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
may not have been here, 'cause
If it didn't happen last week, I
That
have
might have been what
forgotten.
JJ's question was, but anyway.
Surely not.
All right, here's my question.
Shirley gets a lot of credit and a lot of blame for stuff, doesn't he?
Yes, she does. Go ahead, Tim. Give your 3 questions.
I think I will.
That'll be the
Ed.
limit
Thank
to
you
what
for
you
asking.
give today.
Here are my questions. Use the right verb. What is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun?
I saw this in Star Wars once.
What is the force? Yeah, the force. I guess.
And it's not Taekwondo. Is it okay to go ahead and give a hint?
You can X that one out.
All right.
Yes, thank you, JJ. What is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? It's when you read about this kind of thing, you just go and some people believe there's not a God.
Right.
There's no way all this happens by chance. No way.
And by the way, Chuck Norris is not the answer to that question. So we just want to make that clear.
The late.
Yes, the late Chuck Norris.
So what is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? Number 2, what connects the muscles to the bones? What connects muscles to the bones?
You want to sing the song to get people headed in the right direction?
You can, JJ. What connects muscles to bones? All right. And number 3, an American, it's not really it's kind of a geographic question, but here's the question. What is the tallest building in the United States, not in New York City? What is the tallest building in the U.S., not in New York City?
Including Huntington?
Yeah, you can
going with all
cancel out Huntington.
Okay.
Huntington is not even an option. So there you go. Does that make sense?
It does.
Sir.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're going to Arkansas first. Marion is on the line. Marion, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Listen, I just love the fact that the first thing you did when you got on the air was to laugh.
Right.
You were obviously enjoying the program, and we like that kind of attitude.
Good.
I call it spunk.
That's
You call it spunk. It is spunk.
Somebody comes on and she's chuckling
cheerful.
right out of the gate. That's really good.
I like that. Marion, where do you live in Arkansas?
Rogers, Arkansas.
Rogers.
Good area.
Yeah, northwest. It's about 10 miles from Bentonville.
Okay.
Walmart country.
All right, you want to ask, answer,
Walmart.
or do both, Marion?
I'd love to do both, please.
All right, which question would you like to answer?
The furthest recognized planet from the sun.
All right, in our solar system, what is the farthest recognized planet from the sun?
Oh, I disagree with it. I think Pluto should be, but it's Neptune.
It is
I'm with
Neptune,
you.
and we all agree with
Yes.
you, Marion,
I'm-
about Pluto.
Pluto
Poor
never had to
Pluto.
walk the plank. There was no committee. I didn't hear it. We didn't get a chance to vote on it.
Right.
We're with you.
Right.
I think the key word there is recognize.
Yeah.
You want to repeat the question, see if I'm
It
not
says,
right.
in our solar system, what is the farthest recognized planet from the sun?
Recognized planet. Recognized that's significant there. I
Yes.
think go ahead.
All the other planets just turned their back on Pluto.
Yeah.
And they said,
right.
we do
No,
not
it's
recognize.
the orbit of shame.
The
You're
orbit
gonna
of
walk
shame.
that orbit of shame.
Come on, guys, let me in. No.
Hey, Marion, what's your great job? Right out of the chute, right out of the gate, you answered it correctly. What's your question for us?
Okay. What one thing is greater than heaven and worse than hell?
What one thing is greater than heaven and worse than
I
hell?
think,
I know.
I think it's nothing.
Nothing.
Everybody will say nothing until I say the answer, and they say, you're right.
Okay,
No,
so what is greater than
you-
heaven and worse than hell? So nothing is not the answer, you're saying?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing is not the answer.
Nothing is, so something is the answer. If nothing is not the answer.
What's the answer,
Let
Marion?
me-
My head's spinning here.
Okay. It is the judgment seat of Christ, because if you're standing there and you see God and you see Jesus and you've known about him all your, since you were saved, but seeing him and his glory and that you will be with him for eternity, just that recognition would be better than having the golden streets and all that. Just being right next to him and hearing his voice, and I feel that that's greater than heaven. But if you're on the other side and you're at the great white throne judgment, and you're still seeing him, and Satan's not there, so you're not going to have an evil heart at that time, but you're going to see him in all his glory and radiated in love, and to know what you did, and the spitting perhaps, and the mocking of his followers, and even the killings.
Hey, Marion, you're right on.
That's good.
That's good.
To
good
think
Bible
about what you missed out on.
Right,
That's
and
really
there's no
good.
greater message than repentance of sin and accepting Christ as your Savior, so that when you die, you go to heaven instead of hell. That's what the Bible teaches.
Great job,
and that's
Marion.
what Marion's talking about.
Marion, thank you so much.
Sorry to interrupt.
We do need to move on to other callers, but she's right. We all long for that moment to see Jesus, and she's clearly right. That's Jesus is the most important thing about heaven.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio, also known as Learning University. Learning University is on the air. Who's next, Ed?
Well, we're going to Georgia this time, and
Georgia.
Bryson.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. You got you have a decent voice.
Yeah, you sound like
really
you
do.
caught a midnight train once or twice.
Just I don't. If I worked it out more, it would be more. You would be able to notice it more. But I don't.
And your singing career,
it's a talent.
Boy, that would have been great if you could have hit that.
I don't take advantage of.
Yes.
Enough.
Now I will say this: that Georgia, amongst all of our states, does have the reputation of that's the place the devil went down to.
Yeah, but he didn't stay.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He got So
to Wyoming.
Bryson, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Where do you live in Georgia?
You should really often.
What's that, Bryson?
I said that y'all should really sing more often.
Hey, thank you.
No one says that
you
to
for
me,
your
I assure
honesty.
you.
Bryson, what part of Georgia?
Waycross.
Yeah, great. You want to ask, answer, or do both?
I would like to do both.
Which one you feel confident about?
The question about the Aztecs.
All right. Bryson, here's the question. In what modern-day nation was the Aztec Empire located when Spanish explorers came to the New World?
That would be modern-day Central Mexico.
That is correct.
Wow, nicely done.
That is correct. I didn't know this. I was listening to a podcast about this. What is now Mexico City, the capital city of the Aztecs, was Tenochtitlan. There was a lake there. It was built on a lake with all kinds of towns and stuff around it, the central city. And over the, few hundred years, all that dried up. But did you know that it was built on a lake?
Allison, we were talking about that at dinner the other night.
Were you?
Yeah. I don't know how it came up. We were talking about family vacation coming up, and then the Aztecs.
Yeah, they came up.
The history of the Aztecs.
Yes, of course that's the segue.
We were at the Outback.
Segue.
I just remember.
We were at the Outback.
I remember what I was having when the Aztecs, ancient civilization, came up
in the conversation.
Yes,
hey,
frequently does.
Bryson, what's your question for us?
All right, so we all know about Samson from Judges 16, but after his hair was cut, did any of y'all know what city he was brought to?
Oh, that's a good. I know. I see it all happening. They gouged out his eyes. They chained him to a threshing thing. He was like just going around like a beast of burden. And then his hair started to grow back. And the story. They had him come out there to mock him and to crowded Coliseum. And they said, hey, bring him out for sport.
You're asking what town that happened in?
Yeah.
And I will say this. I can't think of the name of the town, Bryson, but a little known fact, it was built on a lake. A lot of people don't know that. The city was on a lake.
You guys have any idea on the city?
It wasn't Gath, was it? Was it something like Gath?
It may have been Gath.
I'm going to say Hebron, maybe.
That's right there. The Philistines, that's a big stronghold for them. What'd you say?
I said Hebron.
Hebron
I'll say
or
Gath.
What's the answer, Bryson?
It was a temple in Gaza.
In Gaza?
Gaza.
You know,
well, that's where the Philistines were. That's where they lived.
Yeah.
Boy,
in
not a
Gaza.
lot's changed, has it?
Well, you know, those places,
really?
those
Yeah.
places there in the Middle East, and you could go around the world and cite these kinds of examples, but a lot of the names that we still have today go back thousands of years.
Yeah.
Including Gaza.
Right.
The area we're known as Gaza.
Right.
But anyway.
Hey, and I think it's worth noting, too, while we're already there, they brought him out to mock and make fun of him and his God. He asked a young boy that was leading him, put me between these two pillars, asked the Lord to give him strength one more time, pushed against the pillars, and then the Bible says more of the enemies were defeated in his death than they were the entire time he was alive.
It's an
All right.
incredible testimony.
Thank you, Bryson.
God's
Man, you have a
faithfulness.
great day, brother. There in Waycross, Georgia. Let's take our break a little early here, about a minute early, and then we'll come back and get back to our calls.
We will come back, folks.
We got Kyan in Oklahoma, Hoyt in Georgia, Brooke in Mississippi, and Daniel in Virginia, Kurt in Kansas. We got a whole bunch of folks coming up from across the Fruited Plain. Fruited Plain, that's right. We'll be back momentarily.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildmon.
We were on our way home from Nashville. Our car had been giving us some trouble, and it was getting worse. In the middle of a small town, the motor went completely dead. Traffic began to snarl up behind us. We were pulling a trailer that was heavily loaded and going up a hill. I pondered what to do. After a few seconds, I tried the motor again. It started. We decided to hunt a garage. We asked a service station attendant, and he gave us directions to one about a mile down the road from where we were. We headed toward it. As I pulled into the garage and began to tell the foreman our problems, I noticed something which was extremely odd to me. I noticed a man in his early 20s doing manual labor. He was fixing a flat. Now, there's nothing unusual in that. But what caught my attention was this. The young man was quite obviously a victim of muscular dystrophy. It was the first time in my life that I had seen a victim of muscular dystrophy doing manual labor. I just had never thought that anyone with a disease like that would be able to do any manual labor. I was quite anxious to know the reason why the young man was hired to work in the garage. Well, it wasn't long until I got my answer. About 2 years ago, he couldn't do anything, the foreman said. His parents had so protected him that he was slim and underweight and didn't have a muscle in his body. He couldn't even pick up his own shadow. When I hired him, I put him to work. His first day here, I told him to fix a flat. He struggled with that tire for hours. I thought many times he was going to give up, but he stayed with it. I never gave him any special privileges, he continued. I didn't think he wanted any. Slowly, little by little, he got to where he could do any job asked of him. Many people cussed me because of the way I worked him. One lady came in and saw him working hard one day and cussed me for everything I was worth. She called me just about every name in the book. But look at him now. He's as strong as a mule. You know, there's a lesson of life, a very valuable one, in that incident. A young man, handicapped and overprotected, was finally allowed to prove himself. What appeared to be hardness on the part of the foreman turned out to be nothing more than a genuine expression of love. He gave the young man something no one else had given him. He gave him a chance to prove himself. Giving someone everything he wants, protecting him from the hard realities of life, is never a clear expression of love. But accepting a person with his limitations and working with him to overcome those limitations is. When difficulty comes our way, the Creator is giving us an opportunity to prove ourselves. I would rather have that than protection any day.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildmon, a production of the American Family Association.
You, Lord, are my lamp. The Lord turns my darkness into light. Psalm 18:28.
Everybody's welcome down in Tupelo. Birthplace of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. His songs and his rhythms still thrill your musical soul.
There's blues and country music, bluegrass and gospel too. Everybody's listening to a good old fiddle view.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a hit song from Kiss, wasn't it?
That wasn't. No, I think you're confused.
Oh, I'm frequently confused.
That was Buddy and Kay Bain. They are legendary.
Here
in our neck of the woods,
Yeah.
they were legendary morning talk show, morning show host on TV.
They were wonderful.
She had a good voice.
Yeah, they both passed, but that was a popular song.
And the song that they were singing and talking about Tupelo, Mississippi being a great place,
Yeah.
our flagship station located here in Tupelo. The local newspaper just did a thing, and Tupelo, Mississippi named the most affordable city in the nation to live in. That
Really?
was just a couple of days ago I was reading that. Yeah, it's a pretty big.
You shouldn't say that. Now everybody moves here and we won't be.
Well, I mentioned it on my radio show, and I said, don't just pack everything into a U-Haul and come here if you got a bad attitude or if you're not ready to make a contribution, because we already got a couple of those folks.
Right.
So unless you're going to bring a talent.
You're going to bring something.
Yeah.
You got to bring something to the table.
Bring
I
a
say
skill.
Bring it.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, what's your questions? Then we go back to the phones here.
Just me? Just my questions?
No, JJ and I.
Oh, okay. We're going to repeat our questions. All right. I had two questions. I've had two answered. So here's my remaining original question. Samuel Huntington was the first American president following the Revolutionary War. Is that true or false? And here's the two I'll add. Tip of the hat to my friend John. A group of rats is called a what? Not talking about members of Congress here. A group of rats is called a what? And then third question, the first oranges were what color, as they only turn orange in cooler climates? The first oranges were what color?
Like on Earth?
The first
back in the book of Genesis?
Under normal circumstances.
Before they were kind of domesticated and brought.
Oranges were domesticated? What century did that happen in?
What now?
What century did that happen in?
They are native of Southeast Asia, is all I know, Tim.
Look my way.
Stop giving me a hard time.
Look my way. Don't look over to that. You're going to never get there, Ed.
The first oranges were what colors? They only turn orange in cooler climates. So when they were first discovered in Southeast Asia, they were domesticated. And we know you only have to get married to get domesticated.
So before I go to my questions, so many wonderful stories coming out about Chuck Norris, and he got a chance to pet a tiger. There was a trainer that had been with the tiger, but it was half wild tiger. So Chuck Norris was there with the trainer. I saw the little video, and he started petting the tiger, and half wild, huge. And as he's petting the tiger goes like that, and the trainer said, "Get up slowly. Right now, get up slowly and just start walking back slowly." And the tiger did.
I saw that one coming.
I did not. I'm embarrassed to say.
Here's my questions. Na is the chemical symbol for which element? Little science question. Na is the chemical symbol for which element? If you can go back to the 9th grade.
I can.
Second question. Which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness? And
rock, paper, scissors also very popular.
That's
very
a different
popular
team. That was
chant.
one of those Cinderella teams that had
Right.
rock,
You wanna
paper,
know-
and scissors.
Pick your team.
And then third question, true or false from the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
King David's handsome son Absalom had hair so thick when he cut it once a year, they would weigh it, and it weighed 5 pounds. Is that true or false? Those are some
All right, here are my
beautiful
questions.
locks, if that's true.
Number one, what is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? Number two, what connects muscles to bones? Number three, what is the tallest building in the United States that's not in New York City? Got it?
Good question.
Got it.
Let's go.
All right, let's go to Oklahoma. And Cayenne is on the line. Welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning. How do you pronounce your name?
Cayenne, like Ryan, but with a K.
All right. Okay. That's very pretty. I
Yeah,
don't think I've
that's
ever seen that
unique.
name before. Well, Cayenne, welcome to Trivia Friday. You want to ask, answer, or do both?
I want to do both, please.
All right. Which question do you want to try to answer?
I would like to try to answer the Absalom one, please.
Okay, it's true or false. King David's handsome son Absalom had hair so thick when he cut it once a year, it weighed 5 pounds. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say true.
It is 100% true.
Well,
And you can
done.
read about
There
it,
you go.
2 Samuel 14. That's where I'm at reading them. I'm trying to read the Bible through again this year, and we encourage you to get in the Word and allow the Word to get in you. Hey, and you've been reading your Bible. Thank you, Cayenne.
Yeah, I actually just read that passage like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yes,
So.
same with me. Well, thank you for being on track and trying to read your Bible through this year. Hey, what's your question for us?
I'm going to do Andy Griffith one. So Barney tried to pass his physical deputy test, and he wasn't heavy enough. So how did he make himself heavier?
He had a heavy chain with a badge underneath his shirt. That was the only way he could get a couple of pounds added to his weight.
That's correct. I figured you guys would get it pretty quick.
Well, Ed's the one. Way to go. I don't let this bump you.
Deception?
Absolutely.
That was the moral of that
Well,
show.
it said you can wear this, and this, and you could wear a chain like with your badge.
With your badge.
But they didn't specify, so he used, I guess, a log chain.
Yeah, I think that's what it was real heavy. Yeah. So I'm not sure it technically qualifies as deception. He just playing by the rules and made sure the rules favored him.
Okay.
Well, there's your hashtag.
I know that's unsatisfactory.
Cayenne,
Tim,
thank
from your
you.
look.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
You don't approve of his methods, huh?
Not really. He knew what he was doing.
All right, we go back to Georgia, and Hoyt is on the line. Hoyt, welcome to Trivia Friday.
How y'all doing today?
I'm personally doing well. It's a good day. How about the rest of you guys?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Yes,
up.
sir.
All
5
right,
stars.
Hoyt, where do you live in Georgia?
Valdosta.
Valdosta
Oh,
down there.
Valdosta.
Isn't that onion where you got all those onions?
That's Vidalia.
Vidalia.
That's close enough.
It
Hey.
starts with a V.
That's right. Hoyt.
Jim, how you mom and them?
My mom and them.
You know what that means, don't you?
Yes, sir.
That means how's your mama and the rest of the family?
Yes, sir. We got 2 Southern boys on this panel, so we've heard this our whole life.
We're tracking with you.
How's mom and them? Hey,
Boy.
ask, answer, or do both, sir.
Both?
Which one you want to answer?
Well, the only one I might get right is Ed's true or false question.
The what question?
Your true or false question.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's the question, Hoyt. Samuel Huntington was the first American president following the Revolutionary War. Is that true or false?
Well, I'm going to say false.
It is 100% true.
What?
A lot of folks forget that after the Revolutionary War, the new nation was under the Articles of Confederation. Samuel Huntington was first elected as president. The Articles of Confederation only lasted 6 years, was considered too weak to run the country, and that's when they had the Constitutional Convention.
So he's
a
the
little bit of
first-
a trick question, but
So he's the first presidency to have it annulled.
to have it annulled.
Yeah, a presidency annulled. Is that what happened there?
I'm not sure it was technically annulled. It was under the Articles of Confederation. When the Articles of Confederation ceased to exist, I guess you could say that was annulled.
Yeah.
But he was the first president. I see you don't like that either, Tim.
If I type in, so you're telling me that George Washington was not the first president of the United States?
He was the first president of the United States under the U.S. Constitution.
He was the first one recognized.
He was the first president under the
Recognized.
Constitution.
Okay.
Didn't you guys study about the Articles of Confederation?
Well, yes,
in
but
school?
it's been so long ago.
I know, it's a little bit of a trick
That
little
all is
trickiness
making
involved.
sense to me now because I drove a 1971 Huntington, and it was a piece of junk. Which now, I mean, it did have a Holly 4-barrel that somebody had put on there, but it got about 7 miles to the gallon, backfired every now and then. But it's all making sense now that I connect the dots of that.
It's all making sense to me now.
President, non-president, that the car was named after.
All right, we got a question.
Hoyt, you got a question?
Yes, it's a Bible question. How many ladies in the Bible was named Tamar?
I can think of 2. You had the one that was violated by her half-brother, and then Absalom, who got revenge on him, he named his daughter Tamar.
And the other one is the one that Judah had twins by.
Oh yeah, her name was Tamar.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Was her? Well, that's a hey. Those are good Bible questions, Hoyt. Thank you for
There's three Tamars.
So there's 3 total that we know of.
Yes.
Well, thank you for reading your Bible. Thank you
Amen.
for listening to AFR.
Great question, Hoyt. Thank you. God bless you. All right, let's go to Kurt, Kansas again. Kurt is on the line. Kurt, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello, this is Kurt Bailey from Topeka, Kansas, and I know I'm not going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to answer one of your questions, but I first need to tell you that some very sad news. I am on hospice, on oxygen. I have probably about 2 weeks or so to live. My
Wow.
kidney failed. So I need a lot of prayer for that. But I am ready. I know where I'm going. So, the question that I want to answer.
Hey, Kirk, let me stop you there because that's jaw dropping.
Yeah.
You just telling us you have 2 weeks to live, and you said you know where you're going. I'm going to ask like those old preachers would ask when you get to the pearly gates and Jesus says, "Why should I let you into heaven?" What's your answer going to be?
I love Jesus. I'm my Lord and Savior. I'm born again and saved and everything.
Amen.
I am ready.
Oh, amen. Well, listen, we are going to ask our listeners, pray for Kurt finishing his race. And, boy, to be able to hear those words, well done, thou good and faithful servant. What an honor to have you
call in. Absolutely.
To, have this time to honor us here on AFR to participate in this program. What's the question you want to answer, sir?
Yeah. I love your shows very much. Not just the Friday shows, but the Monday through Thursday show, too, also. And I enjoy Don Wildman's minutes. But okay, the question I want to answer is the muscle bone question.
Okay, Kurt, that's my question. The question is, what connects muscles to bones, Kurt?
Tendons.
There you go.
Nicely done.
That is correct. Tendons, what connects muscles to bones? Tendons. Did you guys know the answer to that?
I did. Tendons, or what was the other one I was thinking?
Sinew?
I didn't really know the answer.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, way to go, Kurt.
It's amazing the way we were talking about how God created the body.
Yeah.
These muscles are linked to bone. They're anchored there.
You know, even Charles Darwin said that he could not explain the existence and how the human eye functioned outside of some divine cause.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing there,
Right.
but he was, promoting evolution.
Yeah.
But when he had some kind of comment about the eyeball being so advanced in how it all works, the intricacies, that basically what he's saying, there's no way it could have happened by chance.
Yeah.
Or developed over the years.
These camera makers, top camera makers, they've tried to replicate that.
Human
They
eye?
still can't match the shutter speed, how the eye is able to do. And look, we're not plugged into anything.
Right.
We don't have a battery pack. In 70-ish years, and our organs, just sort of repair themselves. That's amazing. We really are fearfully and wonderfully knitted together by God.
Hey, Kurt, thank you, my friend. And you got it right. You got the answer right. Congratulations.
Happy Palm Sunday, Easter,
Amen.
Good Friday, and everything.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
God.
God bless you, Kurt.
All right, we ask our listeners to pray for Brother
Pray for
Kurt,
Kurt.
there.
And his family.
Yeah, he's anyway, you heard him share what
I was going to say, like JJ was saying, I'm just honored that Kurt, the doctors have told him he has 2 weeks left to live. Of course, God is in charge of that, the number of days we live. But it's an honor that Kurt decided he wanted to call in, that he's listening to the show.
Right. Listening to Christian radio in his final
All right,
days.
you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio, also called
Learning University.
Learning University's on the air. And we are, let's repeat our questions, guys. That
All right.
heretofore. I said heretofore.
There you go.
I'm going to add an additional question, so I have three left. All right. A group of rats is called a what? You look out the backyard, you and your wife, you're having your coffee and toast or whatever, and you see a group of rats.
You say, we need to move.
What do you
Am
say?
I right?
I said, there's a group. Yeah. And then if you can't get an exterminator, you got to light out. Second question. I'm just going to say this, whatever comments Tim wants to make, he can. The first oranges were what color? They originate in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And they only turn orange in cooler climates.
Once they are
domesticated.
You can domesticate oranges. I'm going to tell you something. You put them in their place. What I say.
Come here, Orange. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, I know. You
Come
apples,
on. Come on.
pears, you can forget
Sit.
about it. They're not
Sit.
going to cooperate.
See, I told you I was going to let Tim make
Roll
his
over.
comments.
All right, I'm going to throw this ball, Orange. Get ready to go get it, buddy. You ready?
Let the record
Yes, you
show
are.
I'm not
You're a
doing
good
this.
Orange.
JJ's doing it
Yes,
to
you
you.
are. You're a good Orange.
All right, and I'm going to add a third question. Unlike Tim, probably you're not going to get a third question out of Tim, but John Steinbeck wrote the novel of Mice and Men.
He did.
But Steinbeck's dog ate the first draft, and he had to rewrite it from memory. Is that true or false?
Gosh. Surely that's not true.
I don't know. Is it?
The teachers will tell you it was true just about every Monday when they were supposed to bring those essays and things. The dog ate my homework.
My whole personality changes if I erase like 3 paragraphs I've written and the computer says bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh.
Or I hit some wrong button and it's gone. You can't find it again. And you've written a column. I write columns a lot. And so I've had that happen to me and I'm not going,
Yeah. Oh,
It'll affect your attitude.
You could kill an orange. You were so angry.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have we got
Here's
here?
what I've got.
Okay.
First question, Na is the chemical symbol for which element? Science question. Na is the chemical symbol for which element? Second question, which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness?
Rock chalk chant.
And then 3, what is the proper name of your voice box? What is the proper name of your voice box?
Okay, John Steinbeck, you mentioned him. He
Yes.
also he wrote Of Mice and Men. You mentioned that.
Yes.
He wrote a follow-up called Of Rats and Men.
Of Rats. Rats
You
and
know
men?
that? Did you know this?
I did not.
Yeah, and which led to your question. If you see a bunch of rats in your backyard, you got a what of rats?
What's the group name for them?
I said bunch, but that's not what they're called.
Right.
They're called something else. Anyway, so rats and men.
Yes.
And also, my questions are as follows. What is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? There is a scientific cause for what is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun. This is fascinating stuff. All this stuff you read about in science, you go, and people, that happened by chance? I don't think so. All right, here's my second question. What is the tallest building in the United States not in New York City? What is the tallest building in the U.S. not in New York City? And I would like the answer to that, please. Who's next, Ed?
All right, we're going back to Arkansas, and Don is on the line. Don, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Good, Don. How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, it's a tag team here. My wife's here too. This
Okay.
is Don and Betsy. Hi.
Hello,
Yeah,
Betsy.
Don and
Hey,
Betsy.
Heaven to
Yeah,
bet.
Don
Well,
and
never
Betsy.
mind.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, heaven to Betsy.
Hey, we just want to say, hey, we enjoyed JJ being down in Arkansas. We were there for the deal in Benton.
Oh.
And also, we got to go on the trip with Tim to Washington, and it was a great trip. I recommend that for anybody. It was a fun trip to Washington.
Thank you, Don.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that.
How, you do those twice a year, correct?
Yeah, we do those. Those trips.
Yeah, we could. Hey, I guarantee you, if I went back, I'd learn more. I guarantee you that. It's a great trip.
Thank you,
One of my
Don.
favorites.
Well, we try. You know, Ed just taught me a new place we can visit. That's the home of Samuel Huntington, who was the first president of the United States. You know, nobody knew it till today.
I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of books rewritten over that. I guarantee you.
Well, here's the deal. Our money's going to change, too. We're going to have to scrub some of them boys off the quarter and the dollar and get some new pictures of Sam Huntington on our U.S. currency.
We're getting rid of the penny. We might as well get rid of that one, too.
You know, Don,
I know, Don,
Don
that's
and Betsy, these two guys don't mind their trick questions. When I have one, I don't hear the end of it. This is probably going to go on for months.
Yeah, we just
on the
don't
show.
have trick questions that we use changing the history of the world. We usually go to something trivial.
I did not change the history of the world. Everything I said in that question is correct.
Don and Betsy, Tim and I, Tim's from Mississippi, I'm from Kentucky. Ed is not, and I think you don't have to say it out loud, but a Yankee is fair game. I mean, it really is fair game to just pile on Ed because he brought it on himself.
All right, Don, let's move along.
Move
here.
along.
You guys want to ask? Go ahead, sir.
We're going to answer and give you a question, too.
All right, which question you want to answer?
Betsy, go ahead.
Of the tallest building.
Yeah, what's the tallest building in the
building in the
what's the tallest building in the U.S. not in New York City?
Called the Willis Tower.
Yeah, that is right.
Wow.
Where's that?
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
AKA what?
Sears.
Sears
Yeah,
Tower.
Sears
Sears
Tower.
Tower.
Wow,
Okay.
So this is Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah, wow.
Or some people call it Chicago. It's the Willis. It's known as the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, and it is the third tallest building in the U.S. After the in New York, the One World Trade Center, which is where the Twin Towers were, and then I think that's also called the Freedom Tower. But anyway, and then there's another building called the Central Park Tower in New York. So the Empire State Building now, which we all grew up thinking about the Empire State Building, that ranks number 10.
Really?
Yeah, number 10.
So you tell
Just
me.
in the U.S.?
Yeah.
So King Kong's just an has-been?
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
Well, he was eventually domesticated. Don't
That's
forget
right. Hey, what's your question for us, Betsy? Don?
Okay. What famous political two people were born in Hope, Arkansas?
Bill Clinton's.
famous. Bill Clinton won.
I know the
yes.
answer to this.
Is it Huckabee? See,
Mike
number
Huckabee.
2? Mike Huckabee
Oh my!
and Bill Clinton.
Is Bill Clinton and Mike Huckabee? Is that right?
Yes. That is true. Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's two polar opposites right there.
All right. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good on.
Oh, listen, you don't have to clap for us.
Okay. I withdraw the claps.
Well, I mean, you can if you want to, but JJ and I just take it in stride.
We're just doing what we can for the team.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no I in team.
It's a what?
There's no I in team. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening to AFR.
Yeah, come see
thank
us
you for that
sometime.
endorsement
Absolutely.
of the Spiritual Heritage Tours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you, Betsy and
Don.
Don. Betsy and Don. Who's next, Ed?
All right. We go to Missouri.
Do we really?
We do.
Show me.
And Dana is on the line. Dana, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi,
Hey, Dana. Where are you calling from in Missouri?
Viburnum, Missouri.
Where's that near?
That's between Cherryville and Bixby.
No kidding.
Now, you guys probably don't know that.
No, I do. I know what you're talking about. Bixby?
Yeah, it's way out in the boonies in lead country.
It's right down from the Dollar General store, right? It's just right down the little thing there and around the corner from DG.
Are you in the Boot Hill? Are you up there? Where are you?
No, we're in southeast Missouri.
Like Sykeston, Cape Girardeau? Where are you talking about?
No, more like Rolla, Cuba.
Oh, Rolla. Yeah. I was born in Houston, if you ever heard of that.
Yes.
Houston, MO. All right, go ahead. Ask, answer, or what, Dana?
I want to do both.
All right, which one you want to answer?
The one about the rats.
All right, Dana.
Go about the flock of
Here
rats.
we go.
A group of rats is called a what?
A mischief.
It is.
A
called
what?
A mischief.
That's interesting.
A mischief of rats.
A mischief of rats.
A mischief of
That
rats.
doesn't sound slimy or nasty enough. You know?
That'd be a great name for a band.
Mischief
A
of
mischief
rats.
of rats.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's absolutely
welcome to the
true.
stage
Mischief of rats.
from Missouri.
Mischief is a little hard to say, but it looked good on a
rat.
T-shirt.
Yeah. All right, hey, can you hold on, Dana, while we take a break right here? We got to break away for news, okay?
Okay.
And we will return, and you will be able to
Ask us your question.
yes, sir.
Looking forward to that.
We'll have that and many more calls coming up, including from West Virginia, Arkansas, Iowa, and back to Kansas. That's coming up in just a few minutes after this short timeout.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
Getting married, starting a family, their eternal values and ideals. These are core values that shaped this country for so long. These are values and ideals that are rooted in Scripture. They're eternal values and ideals.
At the Core with Walker Wildman and Rick Green, where culture meets biblical truth. Weekdays at 1 Central on AFR. This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. After 42 days of a partial government shutdown, the Senate passed a bill to fund TSA and most of the Department of Homeland Security. Chad Pergram reports.
Democrats, they did not get some of the ICE reforms that they asked for. Republicans did not get full DHS funding in this. ICE is left out and Border Patrol is as well. Now, John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, he said that this was not about getting people necessarily to support the bill. His charge last night was really to make sure that there weren't objections when they moved this on the Senate floor about 2:12 this morning. There are only so many off-ramps in Congress, and lawmakers saw this one coming down the highway, and they did not want to miss that one. This is why the Senate has left town. This is a jam job for the House of Representatives. Either the House will take this or leave this.
The ongoing partial government shutdown has caused TSA wait times to skyrocket. Madison Scarpino is at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport with more.
It's now been more than a week of travelers dealing with crazy long lines here at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Hopefully some relief will come soon. We will see if that happens. The lines at this hour still bad. We've been talking to travelers. And Mark, can you tell our viewers just how long you've been waiting in line, and were you expecting this craziness?
It's a small problem compared to the TSA folks who aren't getting paid. And this is about politics. Unfortunately, the Democrats are using leverage to try to control the conduct of ICE instead of worrying about paying these poor TSA agents.
A lot of people we've been talking to just hoping for some relief in sight.
Ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are facing multiple charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy and cocaine importation conspiracy. Attorney General Pam Bondi says investigations into the couple are continuing beyond the trial in the New York courts.
They're horrible. I feel they're convicted of, should be convicted of many crimes involving drugs, guns, and I can say New York is not the only jurisdiction that we're looking at.
The president has once again extended his deadline for Iran to clear the Strait of Hormuz before the U.S. strikes Iranian energy sites. Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv with more.
The deadline is now April 6th for Iran to allow free flow of traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, or the U.S. would start by attacking Iran's largest power plant first. The president told the host of the five Iran allowed 10 ships through the strait as a gift.
And so I gave them a 10-day period. They asked for 7. You're going to say, oh, Trump's a terrible negotiator. They asked for 7, and I said, I'm going to give you 10.
Now, the Wall Street Journal reports that the Pentagon is weighing sending an additional 10,000 troops into the region. That's in addition to the 1,500 mobilized from the 82nd Airborne.
An immigration attorney says local and state officials cannot arrest federal ICE agents who are lawfully carrying out their duties.
In separate cases, liberal Democrats are attempting to hinder the efforts of immigration and customs enforcement officers to do their jobs. In New Jersey, Governor Mickey Sherrill signed legislation to limit the use of face coverings for law enforcement, including federal ICE agents, exposing them to doxing and other abuses. In Phoenix, the city council approved a plan aimed at restricting the access of ICE to areas like parks, community centers, and other public places. Perhaps the most egregious anti-ICE action comes from Soros-backed Philadelphia District Attorney Lawrence Krasner, who is threatening to arrest and jail agents at airports and claiming that even a pardon from President Trump won't protect them. George Fishman is senior legal fellow at the Center for Immigration Studies, who served for 2 years in the first Trump administration.
Under the Constitution, as the Supreme Court has told us, the Supremacy Clause means that when federal law and state law conflict, and the federal law is something that is proper under the U.S. Constitution, the federal law is supreme. And states cannot interfere in the enforcement of federal law.
Fishman says if local or state law enforcement tries to arrest a federal agent and things get out of hand, the president can act decisively.
If necessary, the president could use the Insurrection Act to call out the U.S. military to deal with the situation, but I would certainly hope it never got to that. On the other hand, if Krasner or if anyone else doing things which are actually interfering in the enforcement of the federal law, that is a federal criminal offense. They could be arrested, prosecuted under federal criminal law.
I'm Chad Groening.
For American Family News, I'm Musty Pugh.
If we lose this cultural war, we're going to have a hedonistic, humanistic society.
Discover the story of the culture warrior Don Wildmon and how he went head-to-head with Hollywood, Playboy, the homosexual agenda, and the Disney Empire. The movement Don started paved the way for Christians to boldly stand for truth and righteousness in a hostile culture. Watch Culture Warrior today for free. Visit culturewarrior.movie.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ. We're here every Friday with Learning University, and we continue on now with Dana, who's calling from Missouri, who has a question for us. Dana, bring it.
Okay, so a group of crows are called a murder of crows, right?
That's right.
What do you call one if one crow shows up?
Somebody.
Oh, that's going to be a sniper.
Sniper
of crows.
Sniper? A sniper of crows?
Yeah.
No.
If one, you talking about one crow is one lonely crow? Is
Why
out
wouldn't you
there?
just call it a crow?
Oh, let me think back to those lyrics.
It's a trick question.
One is the
loneliest
loneliest
crow that you'll ever
crow.
see.
One is the
Yeah,
loneliest crow.
I think you're onto something, JJ. I think a crow, a solo crow.
That was painful.
Solo crow. There's your
A
band.
solo crow, Dana, right
The
there.
solo crows. Crow.
No, it's attempted murder.
Attempted murder. Oh, wow.
Bada boom.
That's good. That
I
was
like
worth
that,
waiting.
Dana. Hey, and you might as well just rest assured, JJ has now filed that away
in that Rolodex.
In that Rolodex.
Hey, buddy, have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to AFR.
All right, let's repeat our questions, and maybe this will be the last time we have to do it today. How about that?
Okay, I have 2 questions remaining. I'm not adding any more.
Okay, you don't do that.
John Steinbeck wrote the novel of Mice and Men, but Steinbeck's dog ate the first draft, and he had to rewrite it from memory. Is that true or false? And then second question, here I go. The first oranges were what color, as they only turn orange in cooler climates?
After they were
domesticated.
Domesticated. It was sad.
Here's what I've got.
What happened right there?
First, I want you to picture yourself in the 9th grade.
All right.
You have to raise your hand if you want to sharpen your pencil.
All right.
Well, I know
or
I
use
got
the
bad
restroom.
skin, that's for sure.
And you look up there at the top of the blackboard or green board, and you've got those elements up there. So what I want to know, Na is the chemical symbol for which element?
Yeah.
Second,
I just
to make it a little easier for you, putting you in that desk, a little.
And let me just get one little hint.
Desk.
The answer is not the element of surprise. That is that's not the correct
and it's
answer.
not non-applicable or whatever.
Right.
What is it
It's
when you
NA.
put NA? All right. Second question: which team? Thinking about March Madness.
And it's not na.
Don't try to hit eyes.
Hey,
Oh my God.
hey, goodbye. Go ahead.
All right. Which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness?
Rock chalk chant.
Third, I was going to say, I'm glad I'm not trying to say that quickly. Third question: what's the proper name for your voice box? What's the proper name for your voice box?
And you need to use the proper name.
The legal name, not your maiden name.
No.
We want to know what the proper name.
Nobody wants to hear you use slang.
That's
right.
When
for
you're talking,
your voice box.
What's the medical term? What's the one you're supposed to use?
Use good English, son.
Yeah.
How many of us ever heard that growing up? I ain't got time for this. You better use good English.
I ain't got time for you to not use good English. I think there's a little bit of something going on there.
All I can say is I was a very young man when I first heard the word knucklehead.
Yeah.
I got called that all the time.
All right,
that was my name for a long time. I thought my name was Knucklehead. No, just Knucklehead.
Not even Ed, just Knucklehead. NH. There's old NH walking down the street. All right, so here's my question, the one I have left. And if this is answered, I'll bring forth a new one.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
But this question must be answered first. What is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? There is a force, has nothing to do with Star Wars. That it's a scientific explanation for this, a force that keeps our planets orbiting around the sun.
And this force was discovered by Samuel Huntington, America's first president.
Before he became America's quote unquote first president. Yeah, we're going to Huntington, D.C. in a couple of weeks. You know that?
Tim, you're on fire today.
All right, is that it? That's all. That's the only one you got.
Wait, you're not going to add another one?
I ain't going to add another one.
We got a lot of time left, Tim.
All right, we go.
I said if somebody answers this one, I'll bring forth.
You'll bring forth
Another one.
All right, we go to Iowa, and Gabriel is on the line. Gabriel, welcome to Trivia Friday. Gabriel's 11 years old. Welcome, Gabriel.
Hello.
Hello. Where do you live in Iowa, Gabriel?
Waverly.
Waverly?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Waverly, is that what big town is that near in Iowa? What's the biggest city around there?
Well, probably the biggest is Cedar Well,
Cedar Rapids?
Cedar Falls, and then
Cedar Falls.
Cedar Rapids is about 2 hours away.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
And Waverly was the second president.
By the way,
recognized. I don't want to get into all that.
University of Iowa won their basketball game last night, beat Nebraska to go advance to the Sweet 16.
Are you a basketball fan, Gabriel?
I don't really play much sports. I don't really care for them.
Okay. All right. Well, you want to ask, answer, or do both, Gabriel?
I want to answer
All right. Which one you want to answer?
the question about the elements.
Yes, sir. Here's the question. Na is the chemical symbol for which element?
It is sodium.
Oh, my
Hey!
goodness. Gabriel, do you know what that means? That cowbell?
I get a T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
you do.
You answered the mystery question, Gabe. Way to go.
Excellent. How did you know that? Do you have to look that up, or do you remember it from school, or what?
Well, I learned it in my science, and I had this science book, so I looked at the periodic table.
Good for
Oh,
you.
man.
Well, you knew it, and then to research it, to double check, that's excellent. Well,
You're 11 years old and you know these things, Gabriel? That's amazing.
That's
It
great.
is.
You're going places, my friend.
Well, so you don't have a question for us, right, Gabriel?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Go right ahead. Hey, but
pretty big
I mean,
compliment.
no. I mean, no.
No. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to put you on hold, Gabriel. Congratulations. Cindy Roberts will come on and get your information, and we'll get you a T-shirt. So good job. Well done. And you have a blessed weekend. All right, Gabriel? Okay. He's on pause. He's
Calling
on
from
hold.
Iowa.
Fine young man.
There's a very bright kid there.
Absolutely.
Knows his periodic table.
Yeah.
Won a nice shirt. One of our.
You were 11. Did you know your periodic table?
I did not. I can just
of
tell
course
you
it's
right
not
now.
yours. Did you, JJ? What were you doing there in Owensboro to advance your life?
It was not learning. Science was not my
Yeah.
strong suit.
Was it not?
No.
No. What was?
English and art of all things.
You were an artist?
Huh?
Were you an artist?
Tim, there's just an edge to you today.
No, I'm just curious.
Now you're good. We have all these.
Were you an
behind the
artist?
scenes- I took additional English classes.
Okay.
All my friends hated English, and they were good in math and, and science. I took additional English. Then I ran out of. I had all my credits, and I was last of my junior year, senior year. You got to add some more. And so I took a couple of, 2 different art classes. They made an exception, and I took Art 2,
Well,
Art
you've
3.
got some of your kids are very artistic.
Sadie Morgan,
Yeah.
I gave her first artist lessons, and she is
She's exceptional.
She'd been doing commissioned work since she was about 12.
Yeah.
The art teacher, when she was in high school, let her do some of the work. When she was getting too much, she was letting a teenager do commission portraits and things.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a very talented. She has a piece hanging in the governor's mansion in Montana. Sadie Morgan does.
No kidding.
Yeah. So of course, you were just having fun, but extra
sure
English
was.
classes and extra art classes.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything with my talent, but I do have an eye for art. But Sadie Morgan and all my other daughters are very artistic.
All right. Let's continue on. Arkansas has been representing today. We got to go back to Arkansas again. And Luke is on the line. Luke, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Luke, where do you live in Arkansas?
I live in Hope, Arkansas.
All right. Hope's been mentioned already today. Well, Luke, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I want to answer.
All right. Which one do you want to give a shot to?
The John Steinbeck question.
All right, here it is, Luke. John Steinbeck wrote the novel of Mice and Men, but Steinbeck's dog ate the first draft, and he had to rewrite it from memory. Is that true or false?
That is true.
It is true. It is true. His dog tore it to shreds.
Really?
And back then, of course, you're writing on a typewriter. You didn't have multiple copies of things saved on a computer. But he ate the first draft, and he had to rewrite it from memory. Took him 2 months.
What years was this written?
I don't know.
But you're saying he was using a typewriter, though.
Yes.
Not a quill pen out of a little ink ball.
No, I think Steinbeck
What do you
wrote
think
in
he
the,
felt like in that moment when he realized that that had happened? Can you describe the emotion?
I have felt that emotion
Have you
before
really?
towards a dog. I would say dogs, but I don't know exactly what he was feeling. I'm sure he was upset.
I was writing.
Wouldn't you be? I mean,
I was writing the chapter of a book, Flying to Australia, long flight, and I wrote an entire chapter, put it in the seat back in front of me, got off the air, and I've got 3 books.
You hand wrote it?
I hand write all the chapters, and my wife Melanie types them up, and I hand wrote a chapter, and it took like, I don't know how many, long, like 6, 8 hours, long time. The flight was a lot longer than that, but I did that, put it in the seat back, and got off the plane and left it on the seat back.
Oh,
It's
man.
the reason why people start on drugs. Things like that happen to people, and you never even you never even think what got them on this path to self-destruction.
Yeah.
And JJ tells a story like that.
Me and that other guy. But yeah, the dog, I can't even blame the dog. I have to just say it was me.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where you go, I probably shouldn't put it in this pocket, but I'll remember.
You go with your gut on that, because you think that if you're starting to put your sunglasses or your whatever, I don't know, am I going to jump up here and forget it?
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, Luke, do you don't have a question for us?
No, sir.
Well, by the way, did you know that? Did you have to look that up, or did you just know that answer to that? It's 50-50 if you just guess, because it's true or false.
I had to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Luke, in what year did that novel come out?
It says in May 1936.
Okay, so that would have been typewriter by then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes it a little bit better.
But they did save some of their stuff on the cloud. But that was the original Tesla working on that, so people don't want to even talk about it, because it's more of a conspiracy than anything else.
It was a military thing.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great
Luke.
weekend.
All right. Shall we continue, guys?
Well, we got 11 and a half minutes.
All right, let's go to West Virginia. We hadn't been there.
That time.
Hadn't been there today. And Jackson is on the line. Jackson, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello.
Hey, Brother Jackson, where you calling from in West Virginia?
I am in Wellsburg.
Wow, almost heaven.
Yeah, he's never heard that one, is he?
He's living the dream.
He'd never heard that one.
All right, so Jackson, what town is that near?
It is near Steubenville.
Steubenville.
Right across the Ohio River.
We've got a station in Steubenville.
That's where he's listening to our Steubenville, Ohio station. Yeah, I got you.
I am, yes.
Yes, sir. Well, ask, answer, or both, Jackson.
I'll do both.
Okay. Which one do you want to answer?
Is the Aztec one still up there?
No, that was answered right away. First question.
Am I?
How about you have another one in mind?
Could I hear them again?
Oh, you mean repeat our questions? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we could do this for the last time. I just have one remaining. The first oranges were what color before they were domesticated, as they only turn orange in cooler climates?
Here's what I've got. Which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness? A second question, what's the proper name for your voice box?
Yeah. My long question left is, what is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun? There is a force. What is the name of it?
You should try Tim's question. I think you can get that. Anyway.
I'm probably going to end up going with the voice box one.
All right, here's the question again. What's the proper name of your voice box?
It is your larynx.
Nicely done.
Larynx.
Nicely done. Here's the deal. My second cousin, twice removed, him and Squirrel Head, they heard out in the deep woods what sounded like a woman screaming, and he got alarmed, but his cousin said, no, that right there, it's a panther or a larynx. Because when they're in the deep in the woods and start making their racket, they don't growl. They sound like a woman in distress. A larynx will do that, and a black panther will.
Black panther or revenuers. Am I right?
When they're closing in on your still?
Yeah, they're in
Jackson,
Kentucky.
nicely
Backwoods of
done.
Kentucky.
Hey, you got a question for us?
Yeah. How many bones are in the human body?
We've had this a couple of times.
Man,
Go through that song, Ed, because we can get their
no.
hip bone connected to it. And just you start singing, and Tim and I will count.
Yeah, no, it's
Is it
it's a lot.
269?
It's crazy.
That's what I'm going to say.
269?
Yeah, but I'm just throwing a number out there.
It changes depending on like a leap year.
It's and if you're married.
And how many times you've been through that scanner at the airport?
Right.
If you've been married, you're missing a rib. So
so it varies.
Hey, there's 23 bones in your
foot.
foot.
We need a 5 or 10 bone leeway there.
5 or 10.
Hey, there's 23 in your foot. So then you got the femur.
two
Let's
feet,
just
too.
name
Add
them. You got the femur. You got the tibia.
It's gonna be. We're gonna be here a while.
I'll say. What did you say?
269.
I'll say 220.
Tim?
110, 220, whatever it takes.
I'll say 147.
Okay. All right. Who's closest, Jackson?
It would be the 210.
210. Oh, I said 220. All right. That was a total,
that's
total
good.
guess.
Yeah. Well, we knew there was a bunch.
In the human body.
Here's the deal. We knew there was a bunch because of Evel Knievel. He went to the hospital every other weekend and had bones
Broke a different bone.
and that lasted for about 20 years. So we know there was a bunch.
All right, Jackson. Thank you for calling, my friend, from the beautiful state of West Virginia.
Beautiful.
All right, back to the phones, Ed.
All right. We go to Kansas. And Eugene is on the line. Eugene, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Howdy, you wonderful, handsome, super smart professors.
Thank you, Eugene, for your honesty.
Well,
he wants a free T-shirt. I know where we're going. I know where we're going with this one.
You know where we're headed.
Yeah.
Eugene, where do you live in Kansas?
In a 2-story house.
That's good.
I live in Winfield, Kansas.
Where?
I live in Winfield, Kansas, 45 minutes south of Wichita.
I bet I know which question he's going to want to pick, too.
Oh.
I bet you're right.
March Madness
All
question.
right.
Let me go ahead and spoon feed it to him.
Is that what you want to answer, Eugene?
Yep, the Rock Chalk Jayhawk question.
Which team is known for their signature rock chalk chant during March Madness? What's the answer, Eugene?
That would be University of Kansas and Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
University.
Yes, sir. That's what we're talking about. That's a big deal in that area.
Yeah, big basketball
rock
country.
Chalk, yes, big basketball country.
Eugene, do you know, is it Kansas University or University of Kansas or both? Do they use both?
I think it's either or.
Okay.
I've seen it pronounced both ways all my life.
Yeah, me too. They got beat last weekend in a heartbreaker.
Oh.
Just St. John's beat them like a last-second shot.
Oh, my. You hate that for the losing team, but the ones that get those buzzer beaters.
Well, nobody
how
feels
excited.
sorry for Kansas, though. They win
They
win all the time.
Now
they've won like multiple national championships.
Yeah.
And it's anyway.
Tim and Eugene, what's the school in Manhattan? I've been to Manhattan twice, and it was right there.
Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State. We did something there at
Wildcats.
the university, the Wildcats. Hey, what's your question for us, Eugene?
I do have one. Who was known as Wheelbarrow Johnny?
Wheelbarrow Johnny?
He was first cousin with Johnny Appleseed. You remember this story?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Wheelbarrow Johnny?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
Well, it had to do with Chuck Berry. And it's folklore.
Oh, is it? Well, so it's not true.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, you better tell us.
Wheelbarrow
Eugene,
Johnny.
We're gonna be here a while. but
Wheelbarrow Johnny.
I would have liked to have met him. I can already tell you that without even knowing his backstory. Who is Wheelbarrow
Yeah, it
Johnny?
was Wheelbarrow Johnny.
His name was John Muller Studebaker, and he built wheelbarrows for the miners in California, and he ended up moving back to, I believe, Indiana, and they started the Studebaker Wagon Corporation, which ended up making the cars.
Oh, and that went over well.
Wow.
Studebakers.
Yeah, no, Studebaker was a good car. And I tell you what, here's the thing, like the Studebaker Avante, it was so ahead of its time. It was so sleek, and if you see it going down the road now, you'll think it's a Lexus, or you'll think it's a high-end car. And that was in the late 50s, early 60s.
If he made wheelbarrows for the gold miners and all those people out west, if he had an assembly line, he probably made a mint.
He didn't make so much on the wheelbarrows as he did on the tips. No, it was the tips. Those gold miners, yeah, and they hit a strike and yell out, Eureka! And then they give them a tip. Yeah, but then wagons and then Studebaker car, and they got a couple of models that you don't know if they're coming or going. Their front and back looks
so. The Studebaker was actually a well-made vehicle. I thought it was kind of like it
You're
bombed
thinking
or something.
Edsel. You're thinking Edsel was the one that bombed. Studebaker was well-made.
Okay, but even Edsel, he tried as best he could.
Yeah, I don't know if he did or not. That was his daddy, Henry.
Edsel, yeah, and then Tesla came along after that.
Yeah.
Hey, Eugene, thank you for listening to AFR. How do you know so much about Wheelbarrow Johnny?
Yeah.
I'm a life member of the Studebaker Family National Association.
Yeah. Wasn't I on...
And that was... what's that?
Wasn't I on track saying about how they were ahead of their time? I mean, the console, the gauges, the clean lines on the outside, those were some good-looking cars in the... I guess early 60s. What year Studebaker have you got?
Actually, I don't own one yet. Maybe you guys can talk my wife into letting me get one.
Put her on the phone. Yeah, we can try that. Put her on the phone. Well, hey, listen, buddy. Thanks for listening to AFR. God bless you. Have a great weekend.
All right. We need to give our answers to our questions. All right. The first oranges were what color, as they only turn orange in cooler climates before they were domesticated. What color were they? You guys know?
They were, I don't know.
Green.
Green.
Oranges were green. They're native of Southeast Asia.
I'm all out.
What is the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun?
It's gravity.
It's gravity. Gravity, the force that keeps planets in orbit around the sun is gravity, specifically the gravitational attraction between the sun's massive body and the planets. So basically the sun keeps the planets in line.
Yep.
And to your point, what a mighty God we serve.
Amen. Amen. We are out of time. We thank you for yours. We hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday.
Yeah, and don't forget to set your scales back 10 pounds this weekend. That's when we do that.